Hello and welcome to the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. How are you doing today? What's new for you? What's going on that's on your mind lately? Do you have anything that comes up, or are you just taking things day by day? I'm genuinely curious. I'm at a point right now where I've given myself a few days to rest, and today I have plans to spend it with friends and family, and then tomorrow I get right back to it, filled with energy, filled with excitement. And I find when I get into these modes and I get into these states, I feel drawn towards other people. I feel drawn to support those around me in whatever way I can. This podcast is becoming an extension of that. Day by day, I feel as though you guys are learning bits and pieces about me. And so honestly, I feel like you all may know me better than I might even know myself. And I say that because these are just 10-minute, 15-minute sections of each of my days, and it's much more plausible to binge all that versus actually living the 24 hours that I have every day. And I forget things. I try to think about what I've talked about before because this is episode 61. That's over 2 months worth of episodes that I've recorded, and admittedly, it's not easy to remember what I recorded every single day for those episodes. I know I've had highs and I know I've had lows, and I know that you've had highs and lows. It hasn't always been easy. Sometimes it might have been easy, maybe too easy. Then we had that little voice that popped up and said, uh-oh, here's the other shoe dropping. And then life got hard. It got hard and maybe it got better, or maybe it's still hard. I know for me, I'm in that phase right now that things aren't going exactly according to my hopes, yet getting pretty close to my expectations. And my expectations were challenge. That challenges would pop up and it wouldn't be easy and it would be a gift and I would learn and grow. So of course there's this part of me, maybe we could call it my ego, that hoped that it would be different, that it would be easy. But then there's this other part of me that doesn't want it to be easy. Because if it's always easy and then later on after the success challenges pop up, well, I wouldn't know how to handle them. I wouldn't know how to deal. I wouldn't know how to overcome them while staying positive and keeping my business afloat and my relationship stable. That's what I'm learning right now, is that there's times when it feels like it's all crumbling. It's all not working. And yet I'm maintaining my health and maintaining my relationships and maintaining my positive outlook on life so that nothing's too different when the success comes. Because it's coming. I know it is. How can I experience even more of God's love right now? Do you remember that question? I used to ask that question every single day when recording this podcast. I just had a long moment of silence where I started thinking that I don't know what else I wanted to talk about today. Truthfully, I wasn't connected. I was just thinking and talking, but I wasn't speaking out of my heart. And that's what I do on this podcast. I connect with myself and I connect with my inner team and I just speak from my heart, whatever's resting there, waiting for me. I come to realize that often happens in my life as well, that I don't speak from the heart. I often think about what I'm going to say and maybe even I'm reacting, but how often am I truly connecting with myself, remembering love, unconditional love, and responding from that place? It's been a little while since I've asked my primary question of how can I experience even more of God's love right now? How can I experience even more of God's love right now? Well, I can show a bit of gratitude. I woke up, and every day that I wake up is another opportunity to solve the challenges that are ahead of me. I'm grateful for my challenges because I'm going to learn and grow and become a bigger, better man for it. I spend a lot of time thinking about my challenges, yet how often do I really sit there and appreciate them for the opportunities that they are? Love is an emotion. Love is more than just an emotion. It's a state of being. And the best part is, I can tap into it whenever I need. I know exactly how to do it. So it's fascinating to me that I sometimes forget. I think what often happens is I get so used to love and feeling love that I think it's a part of me, which it is, but a part of me in that way that it creates itself, that it happens without me needing to focus on it. And I think that's why I lose touch with it sometimes, is because it's not something that's there 24/7. Because if I'm not consistently creating it, a different emotion and a different state of being will take its place. And it'll take its place in a slow and subtle way, in a way that I won't notice. And then days or weeks go by and I realize, I really haven't tapped in. I really haven't felt that unconditional love that I have for myself and for the world. Because unconditional love is maybe the toughest level of love to achieve. It's easy to conditionally love someone, to say, I'll love you when. I'll love you when you bring me gifts. I'll love you when you tell me you love me. I'll love you when you show me attention. Versus something like unconditional love, where in your heart, you're not looking for love outside of yourself. You are the love. And you're able to say things like, I'll love you even when. I'll love you even when you try to hurt me. I'll love you even when you betray my trust. I'll love you even when you try to control me. And I extend that love not just to other people, but to the world. Loving my challenges, loving the gift of the present moment, loving the place where I live, loving the things that I have, loving the animals that live in my house. I'm so filled with love. Even now I feel it. I think that's what I've been missing. I haven't truly tapped into the love I have within. I haven't tapped into the love that I have within, and I know that I've been primed by God to love since the day I was born. My entire life has been an example of love. All the good times and the bad times, love. There's love in every single moment, and it feels as though the fact that I haven't practiced love, it's why I've been feeling so off lately. I've been feeling off and looking for outside things to fill that hole. I've been overeating, oversnacking. I haven't been moving around as much. Just yesterday, I watched 3 movies back to back. I don't regret it. I loved it. And I know that I was trying to fill something in those moments that I didn't even realize I was trying to fill. I'm proud of myself for seeing this. I'm proud of myself for noticing this and noticing this pattern. Because like with most things in life, it's a pattern and it'll probably come up again. And when it comes up, and each time it comes up, I build this muscle. I build this muscle that helps me notice this exact pattern, and the more I notice it and the more I do something about it, the less likely this pattern is to take hold of me later. I'm at a point where I'm acutely aware of what my body and my emotions are at any given time, or I can be with a little bit of focus, and that's simply through practice. Because I remember when I first started therapy, having this belief that I'll never get to the point where I will be able to manage my emotions to the level that I want. At that time, I was easily going into spirals, and they would last a couple hours at a time. And I remember over the course of a couple weeks, a couple months, I went from noticing my emotions after a few hours to after a few minutes. And then from after a few minutes to less than a minute. And I remember the joy I felt when I noticed in the moment that my emotions shifted. And it was while someone was talking to me and they said something that just rubbed me the wrong way. But rather than react, over the next 2 sentences they said, I had an entire internal dialogue that went something like, Philip, you're feeling like this. Why? Oh, that's why? Okay, perfect. Do you really think that that person wants to hurt you? No. Then they're doing it for a different reason. They're maybe doing it to help you. And that happened in like a split second in the moment. And I went from feeling triggered, feeling rubbed the wrong way to, oh, wow. I just stopped myself from spiraling. I just stopped myself from reacting. And I did that in the moment. And then part of this self-awareness is doing that with more areas of my life. So this may just be one of the first of many times that I noticed the pattern of me feeling off and that equating to not experiencing love. And like with this podcast, I'm here to experience love every single day. What a powerful message to embody. Life really is incredible. I do just want to thank you for being here and to tell you that I truly love and appreciate you. You are a special person. You're a special human being, and there's so much more to life than you even realize. And we take life day by day, and so I hope today is an incredible day for you, and you notice the one gift that you're meant to notice today. Life is full of gifts, but today there's going to be one thing that truly stands out. I'd love to hear what that is. Remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.